Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about another uh, job option for you if you struggle with mental illness and you cannot handle a typical 9 to 5 job. So today we were going to discuss Fiverr. It is a website that has multiple types of freelancers on it, and it will give a very wide variety of job opportunities depending on your skill set. And obviously, I'm going to read off a number of them, and you will find that some of them you can make some really good money on depending on your skill set in the freelance trade. And I myself have not actually used it. We're in the process of setting it up to do design work for my wife's apparel business. That's something that she does, and she really enjoys it, so she wants to try to boost more design work compared to just making the shirts. And so we're going to be trying it out, but at this point she has not finished setting up the pricing section. I told her I went as far as I could with setting it up for her, but the pricing section is quite detailed. And so, I mean, you can really get right down to the nitty-gritty in how you want to price. And I've looked over multiple freelancers on Fiverr, and they can get very detailed with how they price. So just wanting to have let's say a graphic design being able to be available for commercial use, you could charge more for that compared to somebody who just wants it for themselves. So it's quite impressive, the variety that's there. But just like any type of job, you're going to have pros and you're going to have cons. And one of the cons I found is the fee charge that Fiverr actually charges to its freelancers and to its customers. So for its customers, when you have customers that come to you, it's going to charge a $1 charge up to $20, which isn't too bad. But then after that, they're going to charge a straight up 5% flat rate fee. So you can tell that if you were to do $1,000 website to be made, is what your customer's asking you to do, then 10% of 1,000 is $100. So that means 5% is $50. So they're not going to just pay you $1,000. They're going to have to pay you $1,050 for the website, and that $50 goes straight to Fiverr. But on top of that, the freelancer, which is you, would be charged 20% of the entire transaction. So that means Fiverr is going to get from you $200 on that $1,000 website. So that means you're going to make $800 on it. Now, if that sounds reasonable to you, then it could be a great opportunity for you. Depending on the type of website designs that people would ask for, if you're just doing it on Squarespace, I know that that would be good money. I'd be able to set it up within 2-3 hours if I had all the wording and everything given to me and all the pictures from the customer. So yeah, it definitely would be worth it. But that seems like a very high fee to be charging, in my opinion, by Fiverr. But if people are willing to pay me as a customer and I need the work, it seems like a very flexible, easy type of job to be able to do. You can set your time frames, you can do rush charges. The opportunities of how you're going to charge is absolutely endless. And then with some of the types of freelance work that's offered on there, I'm going to go ahead and read it off of my computer. Some of the main ones are graphic design, which is a generic. There's a whole bunch of options under that: music, audio, programming, tech, digital marketing, business, lifestyle, writing and translation, and or video and animation. Um, so that's seems kind of vague, so they also have subcategories under that. So just under graphic design, a few examples is logo design, game design, character design, props and objects, graphics for streamers, brochure designs, posters, flyers, book and album covers, podcast cover art, web and mobile design, and there's still probably, it looks like 50 more in that category alone than like writing translation. It looks like there's at least 30, maybe 40. And here you got translation, you got white papers, you got UX writing, podcast content, podcast show notes, articles and blog posts, sales copy, social media copy, transcripts, website content, business names and slogans, script writings, short stories, for book and ebook writing. You got book proposals, book blurbs, ghost writing, speech writing. Under video animation, some options are lyric and music videos, animation for kids, subtitles and captions, visual effects. And under visual effects, you got subcategories like compositing, cleanups, beauty retouching, color grading, and then you've got screencasting videos, slideshow videos, product photography, local photography, and then they have an other section in there. There's still many more in there. Lifestyle, you could have game coaching, you could have celebrity impersonators, collectibles, traveling, astrology and reading, health, nutrition, and fitness, and still couple dozen more options. Under business, you got virtual assistants, research file conversion, admin support, all under virtual assistant. Then you've got business plans, branding services, legal consulting, business tips, presentations, career advice, flyer distribution, lead generation, other, and there's still a few more in there. Music audio, you have voiceover, songwriters, podcast editing, jingles, drops, sound effects, radio ads, phone systems, and IVR, other, and still several more. Under programming and tech, you got WordPress, full website creation, customization, bug fixes, landing page, WP installation and setup, performance and SEO, backup cloning, migration, security, help and consultation. All that's just under WordPress alone. Then you got website builders and CMS, and that's got a whole subcategory under that. And you got game development, a subcategory list under that, web programming, up to custom websites, web application, bug fixes, browser extensions, email templates, convert, PSD, scripting, landing page, help consultation. All that's under web programming. You got e-commerce development with a whole subcategory list, mobile apps subcategory list under that, desktop application subcategory under that, cybersecurity, data protection subcategory under that, and many, many more still. Probably another 10, 15 items listed there. Digital marketing, you got social media marketing, subcategory list of at least 5, 6. SEO marketing, subcategory list of 5, it looks like. Public relations, subcategory of 3. Content marketing, subcategory of 3. Podcast marketing, subcategory of 2. Video marketing, subcategory of 5. Email marketing, subcategory of 4. Crowdfunding, subcategory of 2. SEM, subcategory 5 or 6, it looks like. Marketing strategy, surveys, subcategory 2. Web analytics, subcategory 4. Influence marketers, subcategory 2. You know, it's just unbelievable, the options, and many of these, it even has others in there. So I mean, in my opinion, and the millennial generation, everybody knows something about computers, and this is just wrapped, I mean, just totally wrapped with stuff that you can use computers for these options. So I really feel that Fiverr is a really, really great opportunity to bring in side hustle. I've looked up some of the pricing scales of where you're going to look at income opportunities for somebody who works on Fiverr, and I've seen them go as high as a 6-figure income. So that's really, really impressive. And so it just absolutely floored me how many options are in here. And they definitely do have a rating scale, so the more work you do business for people, the more you're going to be noticeable by customers. If I remember correctly, there was a promotional section where you can promote yourself to make yourself higher on the noticeable list and things like that too. So you got to compete with that. But if you're just getting started, you don't have to charge high prices. I mean, yeah, that's what we all want, but just get started. Just throw in there things that are really, really, really cheap. I mean, yeah, you could get $1,000 for a website design, but if you know that they don't care what platform you use Squarespace, and you set it up using their credit card information, however they want it done, and you could just, I mean, charge, if they've already got all the content, you just got to put it together. It may take you an hour. Charge them $10. I mean, it's just to get you going. Yeah, you made $8 because Fiverr's going to take $2, but the whole point is getting ratings on there. Because if you don't get ratings, it's really, really bad. And it looks like people rate very well on Fiverr compared to other platforms. Like, it's really hard. My wife and I have noticed to get Google ratings and for her website, but on Fiverr it looks like it doesn't seem to be so hard for these people to get ratings. But I don't know, you might be able to offer in there a discount if they leave a rating. I mean, $5 off if you just leave a rating. I mean, a legit rating, not bribing them to give you a 5-star review only, but if you give me a legit rating, I will give you $5 back. You know, that might be available on there. I haven't looked into it that detailed. Might want to check with the Fiverr policies and stuff, make sure that is allowed. But those are options. I mean, Fiverr is just unbelievable with how much is on there. And I've seen many, many, many gigs on there that the starting rate is $5. And I've seen other ones where it just flies up from there. I mean, just unbelievable what people are charging. And obviously people are paying. So I believe Fiverr is an option. And so just like the last video I posted was on DoorDash, and I believe that's a viable option. I believe the exact same thing with Fiverr, that it is a very viable option, and it can definitely help you out to get out of your typical 9-to-5 job. Today it's kind of been sleet, freezing rain, so I thought I'd throw out there a little bit on an update on my wife's her DoorDash in today, and she was out there from 9 to noon, and she made $78 just between 9 and noon. That's 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 3 hours. She made like $78. And she left again at 4, and she has it set from 4 to midnight, I think it was, but she's not gonna stay that late. But knowing her, it's gonna be at least 3, maybe up to 5 hours depending on the roads. But people are tipping her very, very good because they don't want to get out there. She had one person just across the street from Wendy's, and they didn't want to go out, and they ordered, and she went and delivered, and they gave her $6 tip just for delivering. And the lady's like, I didn't want to get out there, so the $6 is worth it to me, so here you go. And she still paid for the food and everything, and then the DoorDash fee, which part of that still goes to the driver. So it's like, wow, lady, it's like, you really didn't want to get out there. But so if people really don't want to get out, you still get paid. And it's the same thing with on Fiverr. You're gonna get people who they can do their own content editing, but they don't want to spend the time to do it because their time is too valuable to them. So you just imagine, there's so many people on YouTube alone that want content to be made up for them, and like bloggers and instructors, private instructors online for their lessons and videos and that they're going to offer, and then their books that they're going to offer. They have people that actually will write those books for them. There are people out there that will do all the editing for their videos for them, and once they find one that they like, they just keep going to the same person. So it's phenomenal what's going to come available to you if you put just some effort and some time into Fiverr. Now, I don't know how long it would take to start getting work. I know, like I mentioned, I was on Rover before, and I've been on it for 2 months now, maybe pushing 3, and I never have got so much as a single text or a single call on it. So I mean, obviously people are making money on it, people are doing it, people are getting ratings, so you know it's legit. But I don't know how hard it is to get started. I mean, like I said, my wife has not finished her not application, but filling out the getting started section on Fiverr. I did what I could, and now I'm to the pricing, and that's more her side of things. And so that's as much as I can share on it as of right now. There's people who do say yes, use Fiverr. There's other people who say no, don't use Fiverr. But it is an option. I recommend it to give it a shot. Hopefully it'll do you some good to get out of that 9-to-5 job. It'd be great to be able to charge just a flat fee, and if you can get it done in an hour and they think it's going to take you 8 hours, then great. You're making good money. That's why they always say, the experts say, don't charge by the hour, because then you're always limited to time, and time is money, and if everything's based on your time, then you can't have expanding growth. That's just exponential. So I don't think I said that right, but yeah. But you want to see like 10x growth, and you can't necessarily get 10x growth when you only got so many hours a week. But if you're charging by the job, you can get 10x growth. And I've even seen people, I don't know if it's available on Fiverr to do it. I'm pretty sure you could. But let's say you have a friend who does graphic design and you don't do it. You could probably have it all set up that you're offering it. And even if you do graphic design, but you don't want to do all the jobs because you're getting so many coming in, you could farm it out to your friend and pay them a portion of what you're making. Now you're making money on somebody else's labor and effort, but you want to know their quality and their capabilities, because I'm guessing that you don't want to share your information to them to go ahead and use Fiverr. So what you'd end up having to do is, let's say if it being graphic design, since that's what the way we were talking about it on that specific illustration, then you could tell the customer you're going to get it in 3 to 4 days. And you tell your friend, I need it in 2 to 3 days. And then you have your friend get all the information, send it to you in the formats that your customer and you had agreed upon, and then you take it and you send it to the customer. How's this? And you can have it on Fiverr set up on that the customers with that price can have 2 reviews, 5 reviews, 6 reviews, or revisions. I'm sorry, not reviews, revisions. And so based on how many revisions that they paid for, if they say, well, I don't like that character, I want a woman because I'm a woman, or I'm African American, so therefore I want an African American person because it's for the African American community. And you, as a white person, will be like, oh yeah, duh, I never even thought of that. Since it's about Martin Luther King, why would I, you know? And so, so you'd go ahead, send it back to your friends, say, hey, it's about Martin Luther King, so we really need an African American person on there. And say, I'm sorry, I didn't even think of it. And but remember, we agreed on 2 reviews. That's what the customer's paying for. We got to change that. And the customer's a woman, and it's more geared towards women, so therefore we really would like an African American woman on there with this graphic design. And the guy will be like, oh, okay, great, boom. They can send it back to you. You can send it back to the customer, and then maybe they didn't like the font as much after they see it with a woman on there, an African American woman on it. And so you can go ahead and go back, okay, this is the last revision I can do for you under this price. You can always pay more, but it's more in cost. And for however many more revisions based on what your list of pricings is. And then so you go send it to the guy and say, okay, this is the last revision, they want this. If they want more, they're going to pay both of us more, and you'll still get your 40% commission based on the increase in prices, or however way you guys agreed upon it. And then go ahead and do that, and then give it to the customer. And so I mean, the sky's the limit how you want to run it. And I'm sure there's people out there that are entire businesses, and they got an entire staff of people that are working and helping people out with business, with their needs on whatever niche that they need help with. So I hope you'll give it a shot, and I wish you the best of luck. I really have high hopes that it's going to go really, really well for my wife. She really loves design work. She's going through DBT right now, which is, I think, a 6-month course, and for her mental condition, borderline personality disorder. So as soon as she's done with that, I know she really wants to go back to college and she'd really like to specialize in graphic design to get even better at it. But in the meantime, I believe she's learning from YouTube and other things to get even better at it. So I mean, it's definitely something she's going to be offering, is doing design work for specifically t-shirts, because there's a spot in there that's specifically for t-shirt design, so, graphic design. So I mean, it's detailed, very, very detailed with what options are there. I believe I seen one even that for something as basic as business cards. So if you got a little bit of graphic design capabilities with, like, let's say Photoshop, and you can make the card the size that you need to make it, and you can design it a special way for somebody, and that may take you 10, 15, 20 minutes, but you're charging them $10 and you're getting 15, 20 a day, you know, that's unbelievable. And I don't believe it really takes that much work to go ahead and do business cards. I mean, we've designed our own for several businesses that we've owned in the past, and never took that much work and that much time. And offering a unique style that a lot of other business card people don't offer, that'll make them even more interested in it. So yeah, I believe that's everything I can think of on how to explain how Fiverr works, and I offered a lot of different styles and types of freelancers that are on there, and there was still a ton more. You can go ahead, go see all the categories. It's fiverr.com/categories. And if you do that, you'll find a ton of categories. It's just unbelievable. And I read all of them over to you, but not everything inside those categories, and not all their subcategories to those categories within the main categories. So it's just unbelievable, and I really have high hopes that this is going to work well for my wife, and I really have high hopes it'll work for you who want to escape the 9 to 5. So good luck. I really hope you'll take the time to destroy that like button and subscribe, and I'll be bringing you another job idea suggestion to escape the 9 to 5 soon. So stay tuned. Have a wonderful day.